On my channel I have talked about the difference between three levels of the Russian Orthodox clergy, especially priests and bishops. Today I want to talk about bishops specifically and make a case that the community they form resembles many secret societies in history, including, most recently, the Mafia. If you remember, the top level of clergy, bishops, is exclusively male and exclusively monastic. A married priest can eventually become a monk when his wife dies or if he is granted a divorce by the church leadership, as was the case with the future Patriarch Alexei II. Nonetheless, only a monk who has taken the vows of celibacy, chastity and poverty can become a bishop. Normally, this occurs after serving for some time as a deacon and a priest. When I did research for my videos on notorious Russian and Soviet bishops, I noticed one interesting detail in their biographies that is normally swept under the rug. Many of them advanced in their careers extremely fast, almost skipping the stages of deaconship and priesthood. Many would spend a decade or at least several years as an archimandrite, which is the highest position for a monastic priest, or a hegumen, which is the father superior of a monastery. Notably though, there are monks who live and serve in the monasteries for decades, but a future bishop could become a hegumen within a year after his ordination, if not sooner. This means that they lack experience of a monastic life, but probably have significant ambition and connections. Most of future bishops establish connections during their studies in a seminary. Some, like future patriarchs Alexei II or Kirill, also had family ties. Both of their fathers were respectable priests. Many, however, somehow establish networks that skyrocket their church careers in seminaries. Usually they are raised under the protection of some powerful bishop. One of these bishops was Metropolitan Nicodim Rotov, who ordained the last two patriarchs. Influential bishops create a supportive network of followers and students by ordaining young bishops. Sitting patriarchs are no exception to this rule. Kirill has been very active in ordaining loyal bishops since the start of his tenure in 2009. The bishops' community is quite closed. Although, paradoxically enough, bishops hold quite public positions, representing the church on the level of a region or even a foreign country, much of their affairs, negotiations and moves take place behind the scenes. When a bishop is replaced, removed or appointed, experts can only guess about the reasons behind it, because these are never made public. When a bishop is removed, punished or retired, the Holy Synod usually provides formal reasoning, but in very general terms, citing a canonical rule from the Holy Fathers. As I have already discussed on my channel, there are plenty of scandals involving monastic clergy in the Russian Church. When it comes to bishops, their transgressions are reviewed and sanctioned behind the closed doors. In most cases, a bishop is simply moved to another position, another region or country. Compared to the long list of priests either suspended from ministry or totally defrocked every year, there have been fewer than a dozen prosecuted bishops since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Bishops rarely express disagreement with the church authority and the patriarch publicly. For most other transgressions, they are either moved or, when appropriate, retired, citing poor health and old age. There is a few notable exceptions, mostly linked to open rebellion and schism, such as the unrecognized Ukrainian Patriarch Filaret Denisenko or former Bishop of Chukotka Diomid. The church leadership does not comment on bishops' possible wrongdoings and their mobility within the church structure. Bishops are the most loyal to the patriarch in the church structure, and they carefully vet everyone who wants to become one of them. They are the made guys of the church, who control and accumulate financial resources in their regions, parishes and monasteries, and interrelations with authorities. The most influential bishops take positions in Moscow, including the boss of the whole family, the Patriarch himself. Please like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.